Hello engineers and welcome at our 5th episode of our tutorial series. And say hi to our cow. Nice. In this episode we will focus our interest in the chassis for the first train. We will try to build some bogies on that body. We will test it and improve it. So let's get started. Move our mascot somewhere where he can't be hit, and we need to start somehow. Yeah? My input today will be cargo container. Cargo container, which will be our main measure unit. I already had some idea about that, how it could look, and that's all. How it could look and maybe how it could work. Yeah, because sometimes it's not so easy to work it properly, and sometimes you need some inputs to how to build that train. So it depends on what you expect from the train. So I'm starting with the beam. Here I can add another beams, but not sure. I will. Yeah, I can't place it in here like this. So this one will be okay. Of course, I can later update it and make it better in some cases. So it's not so. Yeah, I will switch to F8 again. It will be easier. So I decided to place there some kind of connectors which will hold these cargoes on the place on the train. But I don't have any connector there. So like this one. It will allow us to transfer materials, and later we can use them, for example, for cargoes. No these ones, but these ones maybe. Like for example like this. But now it is just universal cargo system. Of course I could also use it for example for hydrogen tanks and more. It depends on what you want to use it. So now I must add these pillars. And again like this one. It looks okay for me, but of course I will use to to move that cargo with two different options. The first one is some kind of forklift, but usually forklifts are only for one cargo. They are usually slower, and they have a problem with big and long cargoes and heavy cargoes. So I reduced the classic cargo. I can show my previous ones for sum up system. So this is my actual cargo system. Here it has four rooms, but here will be only two of them. so they will be smaller and easier to move. But the system will be still very similar. Yeah, I will place there some merge blocks, so I will be able to connect it directly to the crane, because in this case these merge blocks were used to connect cargo to the train, but in this design we will use merge blocks only for our crane, and it must be some kind of active block, because it will be completely automated, that if I will take my crane, connect it to one or for all four merge blocks, then it will automatically unlock and or turn off these connectors below. So it will be able to move with it, and again if I place it above another connectors, it will be ready to detach. Of course we can see the connectors are a little bit bigger, so because of that I will must add there some kind of legs, but I don't know which kind should I use. For example, these round ones, but they are not the right ones. Maybe I could use parts like this. Yeah, I think this one is a little bit better. Now I can remove our magnetic lock. So I think it's complete. I don't need to add the roof. Yeah, it can be open. Later I will place some blocks here. But now I have a problem that it can't work actively. So to prevent that, I must add some battery, very small battery, but I need to know where. So I can use this place, like this, and then I can add, if I will find them. So the first one will be timer block, and the second one will be event controller. Two of them for each of them. Why two? I will need one event controller for merge blocks, and second one for connectors. Yeah, it means what does it mean? First one controller who will check the merge blocks. When one of these merge blocks will be connected, then it will start the timer block, and for example in 2 seconds, not more, 1 or 2 seconds, it will turn off our connectors, so it will be possible to move with cargo from the train. The second merge block, not merge block, the second, it depends, maybe I don't need the second one. I need the second timer block, because if I disconnect these merge blocks, I can focus that these connectors will turn on again. so there will be second timer block, so if I disconnect it in 2 seconds, the connectors will be active, so it will find a place on the train. I hope it will work like this. But I can keep the second event controller, and we will see how it, if we will need it. Yeah. Now I can do some setting. So we hide our batteries. We will keep the connectors, turn off parking, and we will increase the strength. Because I will not, I will test it later, but I will not use these connectors like in the locked position. I will use them in the unlocked position on the train. And of course, if I will want to copy train with the cargoes, I can connect these connectors together via the train, not the cargo itself. And energy blocks. I will also I will not make any groups because if I place 2 cargoes at once and they will be connected to the car, to the train, then there would be some problem with it because it would disconnect everything, and I don't want that, so that's why I don't use any groups. So I think it's ready to use. I can remove this one. And how that train will look, yeah? I will place these cargoes like this one, because the cars will be much more wider than previous versions, because now I have 3 blocks. So means in the middle there is 1 block, in the middle is 2nd block, and here between the cargoes is 20% and 4 small blocks, so it will be wide exactly for this one. Of course, I will be able to increase the gap between cargoes to 3 blocks, so I will be able to move between them with our engineer. And the length, the first idea is to make it only for 4 cargoes, but of course I can make it much more bigger, almost for 6 cargoes, so it will be really big car. Yeah, if I show again some sum up system. Hope it will not move. So in this case I used these 2 cargoes, for example, in the middle for only 1. It's quite big, but this new one will be wider. Yeah. So I really don't know how it will exactly look, how it will exactly work. I need to start anywhere and then continue with my designing it. So that's the first idea. Now I can measure it. So now I see I have 26 blocks. Yeah, so I can create our first platform. Turn on our planes. So I must start with, okay, there will be the middle block, then 5 blocks, and again the middle block, then there will be gap and 26 blocks. Yeah. So this in the middle will be our middle part of the train, and then I can add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks for the middle and 2 blocks for the sides of the cargoes. And this is our basic platform of the train for the longer one. Yeah, you can see it's really big, and I think it's not so easy to build it in the survival, because you must place lots of blocks manually. So I think if I would build some train in the survival, I will definitely create some kind of how to say it? Printer, 3D printer for trains, because you can't build a big something like big this one. So we have some basic platform how it will be big, but still I can't tell that it's enough, because if I place it like this one, here I have some kind of, how to say, I need something on the sides, you understand. So I will must add at least 1 block on the front and rear side. I will place there another cargoes. On the sides I'm not sure if I will need to add something, but of course I can add 1 layer. So it will later help me with it. For example, I can place there some kind of blocks for, how to say, it will help these cargoes to find correct position. Yeah, if I place them, it will find that position faster. And of course I need to place some connectors below that, but now I can see I will have some small problem with it, because classic connectors are quite big. I don't know where I will have my wheels, so it can be a problem later, because they can block my wheels in some case. So first I need to find some boundaries to know where I can build something or not, and maybe later I will be able to switch to small connectors. Yeah, they are bad for finding the position, because the large connector has a bigger tolerance than the small one. And of course I have a problem with cargo, because some components are bigger and they can't pass through small connectors, so the large connectors are important for it too. So if I can't use the large connector, I must use, no, not use, but I must redesign our wheels on that train. So we can start with the wheels, as I said, and for the design I decided to use bogies, but it will be a little bit different type of boogies, because classic boogies are placed on the rotor like this. There will be some body for the boogie, and here will be placed wheels and side wheels and so on. But in this case, my wheels will not have any friction. The train will be powered only by thrusters. I will use, I don't know if I have thrusters here. I will use these small thrusters, or this one, or this one. It depends on how much space I will have, and of course how much power I will need to move with the train. The main reason why to build trains, for example, it can be that if you need to move with lots of cargo or lots of heavy cargo, and you don't have enough power, then it's better than any large ship or some kind of drone. Because they must stay in the air, and they need a lot of power or hydrogen. But of course they can dock on the station and recharge itself. But for the recharging you need a power, and if you will have lots of drones and lots of heavy stuff, then you will need a lots of power. I know, I understand that refineries and assemblers needs much more power than the drones, but still, if we compare it to a realistic thing, the train will save lots of power for us, lots of resources in this case, and it's for the long term thing. Drone is good for some short term manipulations, but the train, if you will use it for years, the material spent on the rails will be returned. It's a time saving and power saving. So, but this is only the theory about the trains in a realistic world. This is Space Engineers, it's different. So, back to the wheels. We have two options for the boogies. As I showed, I can use that on the rotor one, and the second type of boogies is, it's not boogies, it means that the wheels are directly on our train's body. But today I will make something a little bit different. It will be the type of boogies somewhere between these two types. They will be separated, every part of the wheels will be separated for its own rotor or hinge. It will not all the wheels will be on one rotor, but the left side and the right side, the side wheels and main wheels will be on each will be on its own rotor. It's just a concept. I really don't know how it will work, how it will look. But first we can say something about boogies itself. If you want to build boogies, I can show it like this one. I will turn off mine. So you can imagine this is some kind of rotor which allow us moving. If I make boogie there, okay, I will add one boogie there, and then place some wheels. So if I make that boogie extremely short, so it means I will have wheels like this one, so rotor will be there and wheels there, then this bogie will be completely useless. Instead of this, I can save some CPU, I can save some subgrid, and connect it directly to the body. Yeah, because in this case, it doesn't have any good reason to have boogie. Yeah, because you see, if I have a rotor like this, it can go like this. Yeah, that wheels. But in this case, it make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. If I make extremely long boogie, I have this one, but this one is I think is still okay. Then the very long boogie will not have any big problems for it, for example. But you can have some problem with designing, with the design itself. And I can recommend that the maximal distance on the boogie is same like 30% of the train length. So it means I can't create a boogie like this, that I will have wheel somewhere here and the second boogie will have wheels like this one. So these two boogies will be extremely close together, and I don't want that, so I will reduce it to 30%, so the distance between these two wheels and these two wheels, or these two wheels, will be the same like the distance between this side of first boogie and this side of the second boogie. Yeah, the distance will be the same, and that's our maximal length. The minimal length can be like 5 blocks between our wheels. Maybe you can say it depends on the wheel radius. Yes, if I have bigger wheel, I must move them more to the side, but it's still very similar. Maybe I can use the small one. I usually, as I showed in my first video, I usually recommend to use 3x3 wheels. They are more stable, but in this case I will try to focus on 2x2 wheels, because I need to have that train very low above the rail because of centrifugal force, and of course I don't have enough space between this body and the rail. Yeah, so that's why if I would place there extremely big wheels, then there will be some problem. So if I want to place 2x2 wheels, I will need some space for it, of course. And how to place them? The first solution is to have the suspension from the middle. So it means like this. I can find 2x2 here. Like this one. Or from the outside, like this one. Today I will try to use the outside type, so the wheels will be hidden behind the walls. Now I need to measure 3 blocks, so I will know where my edges for rails are, and I can correctly place these wheels. So if I want to place them like this, they will not work, so I can place them like this. Yeah, and now I can see I could have some problem with the connectors. so I can place them like here, yeah, like here, and between the connectors. That's the only good position. Of course, I need some tolerance because the boogies will a little bit move, so this is not the best position for it. I will must force them to go a little bit down. Now the suspension or connector, or not connector, hinge or a rotor, yeah, because they will need to move, and main wheels must cover the movement on the ups and downs, not left and right. So I can place there two options. I have two options here. I can place there hinge, which is solution number one, and the second one is rotor. But I can say the rotors are less stable than hinges, and also the 3x3 rotors are still better than small rotors. Also, the rotors have some advantage because these rotors have mounting points on the sides, but the hinge has only one mounting point. So if I will place their hinge, and then I will need to remove the block above him, then I must, or I will destroy the hinge connection. So it's not good in this case, and for it I will use the rotors. Also, you could say I can connect the left side and the right side together and place it on the one subgrade, on the one hinge. I don't want that to do that on this rail, because I want to have independent left and right sides. Because of the rotating rails. If I will find some of them here, for example, the right boogie will go down, but the left will go up. Yeah, so that's the difference, and that's why it's better independent suspension, I think. Yeah, because we can't how to say, we can't depend on that the suspension itself of the wheel will cover it. It will not. We need strong wheels, and usually they can't do this, for example. So that's why I use rotors like this one. So here I can start with something which will hold our rotors. Now I must add some battery, so it will not rotate. Yeah, and now I can prepare our boogies, remove the wheels, the second boogie will be here, like this one, I think. Yeah, it's correct. And maybe I can change the color, so it will be better visible where is our boogie and where is our body. Now I can change it directly and fast. Here I will add some more mounting points, so I will not lose the connection between rotor and body. Now I must place the wheels. I can use the short ones. Yeah, I previously I said I will place the wheels here, but I will place them here, and later we will see if it is problem or not, because I want to have these wheels a little bit more together, and not so far. So I must remove these blocks. So I can use this wheel or this wheel, yeah? But on this position, because they are different on exactly one block. So like this one and this one. With the wheel position, it really helps that built-info mode. It really helps you because you can see the wheel, and it has some second solution if your wheel cannot be there because of some collision. Then it will automatically move the wheel below that, usually. Yeah, like this one, but now it doesn't work, but usually it will help you, so it's really nice. So this is how my boogie can look. I have one block above the rail, so it's okay. I'll remove these wheels, clear the area, and of course I must place these wheels on the second side too. So we have main wheels. I will not place them on this side because I can easily copy the front side to the rear side. Yeah, I will cut it there, connect it together, and it will be complete. It's the fastest solution how to build it. So the boogies for our tests, number 1 are ready. These wheels are our main wheels, so I can now create. Oh, there is a mess. I can create some kind of group, so we can call it wheels 1 or main wheels. Yeah, wheels main. Yeah, it depends on you. I usually use numbers. I did because I have it here, and here I can write rotor boogie. I don't know if this called boogie or boogie. I can call it boogie. I will hide them too. Batteries, I don't need them. This is important for us. So let's continue to our side wheels. Yeah, because we need something to keep the train on the rail. I need to place them. The best place to place them is the middle of the rail. So if I will imagine here is our rail, so it will continue like this, and the middle block will be here. Yeah. I can place I can place the fifth block there. So these will be independent too, and of course I must use some kind of bypass because it doesn't allow me to place something there. The wheels will be aligned like this one, and the rotor will be vertically. The wheels will be here or here. So now I can place our rotors. Yeah. Now I can switch to a black color and again prepare our bogies. Not so much. Later I will redesign these bogies. Yeah, these are only for our testing, so we will know how they behave, if we must redesign them or something. So this block, this block, this block, and this block. I hope they will be okay, because we can see, it should be okay. But the tolerance between them is not big enough, so that is why I also use 3x3 wheels. They are a little bit better. So for example, for main wheels we can use 2x2, but for the side wheels I will be forced to use our 3x3 wheels. So now here is missing our last wheel, and it's supporting wheel, because without it the train will escape from our our rail. But also I have a problem. If I want to place some wheel below the train, then it will be a problem to place the train on the rail, because there will be collision between train and rail, because you place the train above the rail, so it's a problem. So I decided to use 2 hinges and merge blocks. It will be a little bit difficult, but I know it will work. I just add some blocks there, so it will be locked in the position a little bit better. Maybe I can use block like this. So if I want to have these directly, then I have a problem. Yeah, I have a problem because there is no much space to place it. Maybe if I use something here, but I'm a little bit scared that in sharper turns there will be collision between rail and these blocks, so I will use the half blocks and try to bypass these bogies below our rail, because here ends our rail, for example, to imagine. So the bottom here, supporting wheels on our bottom will be placed below that, and they will be placed almost directly, so like this one. And for example, maybe I can use the long suspension. Of course, I didn't create a new group, so it here wheels number 2. We will set them later. But I have a problem. I have a now collision with the rail. So I can pick this and place it here. I can remove now this leg. I don't need it now. And here. Nice. It looks nice. So here we have middle and the rail will end here. So they will be like this. And I will place, maybe I will use only one wheel. Only one wheel. 5, yeah, it's correct. So if I place it here, yeah, I can maybe redesign our main wheels. But back to support wheels. I will place only one wheel, maybe. It's not still our final solution, but we'll create some kind of triangle between these 3 wheels because of moving grids, and here there will be no moving subgrid. Yeah, the only movement will be with the hinges, and it will be only at the beginning, then it will lock together with merge blocks. It can be sometimes harder to understand. Maybe I can, for our purpose, I can place some hinge now. So I need to replace this one because I want to have these things, these glowing things outside. If you use the mirror, then it will not rotate it correctly, so be careful with that. Now I can place our wheel. As I said, this is testing, so it doesn't matter, it's not a correct position, it cannot be connected together with merge blocks. We will test it later. So these wheels number 3, decrease the hinges. I will increase their strength. The strength here for now 2, so it will not move. So now I can remove this part and this part because I don't need it, and this part. Now I can cut it in the middle. And it's almost complete. Now I can use our landing gear. Place it above it, but it's not big enough. That train is really big. So nice. Now I copy that, rotate, and place. And the train is almost complete. So we can move back to our hinges and move with them out. Yeah. Is there anything? No. So we can relocate our testing prototype. I see we have some problems, but we can fix it later. Can call it white prototype. Save it. And in the cockpit I will turn off this one, and of course I can help myself with the gyroscope a little bit. Now set the wheels. Steering, propulsion away, brake we can keep it, air shock away, power doesn't matter, strength 50%, height offset we can now like this one, minimal friction or zero friction, maximal speed limit. Now we need to move with it, so I can add some thrusters, but still I can't move. Yeah. Can try to move it with it. Yeah. Maybe place it above the rail again. Yeah. It's not so easy sometimes. Now it's okay. Back to our F8. Now I can decrease the torque for our rotors and hinges only to 100 kilonewtons per meter. Yeah, it will help to align the rotors, but I don't recommend to turn it off completely to zero, because then the movement of the subgrids will be a little bit unexpected. Yeah, it's still better to have some braking force. So now I can move with our wheels. They should align itself with the rail. I can rotate our hinges. We see our problems with it. We can decrease the strength a little bit to 40% globally, and of course I can now align the wheels. I know these supporting wheels will not work on the subgrids, so that's why I must use 2 hinges and match blocks. That's the only possible way how to prevent this kind of behavior. So I wanted to reduce the distance, so there will be touch but no any force. Now I will I want to lock that hinge in the position. Why is it moving? Why is it moving? I don't understand it, maybe. Okay. That's really strange, but the wheels are okay now. Now we can set our side wheels. They are similar to our main wheels and support wheels. I set it to -22. We have 32, so we can decrease it by 5 centimeters. Like this. This should be okay. Now I can turn off gyroscopes because I don't want them. They will block our movement. I see that power output of these thrusters are not enough, so I will place something stronger. Yeah, and it's complete. This is our prototype, and you can see I have a collision. So I have one fast solution because I don't want to remove the rail, so I will remove the cargos now, and later I will modify the rail. Hey, nice. You can see our speed is not increasing or decreasing, so I now don't use any power. But something very bad awaits. Now we need to remove our supporting building blocks. So I will start with, here it is. This one and this one. It will help us. And here we can create some kind of grinding wall, maybe. I can't place it somewhere like here because it would destroy our rails, so somewhere here or here. But I can't because I don't have some blocks there. So this one, and some of them I will place above it. How now? Yeah, this looks almost okay. That's a lot of grinders. It's just experimenting with the grinders. So we will turn it on. Oh, I have the second engineer. Oops. Oops. Grinder. Groups. On off. Yeah, it's fast. So you see, it works. But I need manually to add some power. And that's a problem, yeah? So to prevent it, I will use our script. It's not my script, it's from the exhibition. So we will edit, browse scripts, update, and here it is, cruise control. Okay, now I can cruise control reference. I can edit like this. It will check this group, and now I can recompile it, and now we can test it. So cruise reset, it will remove all the power from the thrusters and turn them on basically to the starting position. Now I can cruise 5 forward, or I don't need to write forward because basic direction is forward. But of course, if you want to go backward or upward, then you must write it. And for some testing purposes, I can try, for example, 20. Yeah, so if I move back here, now I can hit the third button and it's working. Fourth button and it's okay. And second button, it will stop. So that's how I can grind all these blocks. Turn on grinders and go. It will automatically keep the speed, but sometimes it has a problem with the wheels. It doesn't have any problems with wheels if they don't have any friction. But if they have any friction, sometimes the script will bug and it will not work. But you know, you can just find out it by yourself. You can see we have some problem with the hinges for longer distances because it cannot be grinded sometime, but I think it's okay. Or I think we can also decrease the speed for 4 meters per second. It will be okay. If I want to test something, I can place there some more grinders and we will see how they will behave. And it's not better. And because that hinge head is very small, so I can use another mode which will increase the distance where the grinders work. Yeah, you can manually, for this exact word, you can manually modify the distance, for example increase it by half meter, and then it will work properly. Yeah, this mode is essential too, so you can remove it and the mod is not here. It just helps you to remove these hinge heads. I need to have some distance between grinders and blocks, because the rail will move upward or forward, and then there could be some problem. But I think for our side grinders, because it's applicable only for ups and maybe downs, but mainly for ups, but we have ups in the middle, so I think we can move our side grinders a little bit down by one block. All the side grinders. Like this. Okay. So I can again turn them on, add them to the group, and we will see now. I will increase the speed. And now we will see. So I think for today episode it's all. Later I will show the complete clear railway. Now it will take maybe 1 hour to completely clean it, so it needs some time. So, have a nice day, goodbye, hit the subscribe button and let me some comments if you want to know something more about it. And in our next episodes we will focus on the script thing and better design of that train, because now it does not look like a train. It works, but we don't know now how does it work, and we will make it better, simpler, maybe faster. So that's all. Goodbye.